for it. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't hate it. Lane Kiffin. All right. I've come to the conclusion on something with Lane Kiffin. And this probably won't be the last time we have this conversation about Lane, because sometime in March we'll probably be doing our top 25 coaches ranking. And now that we've gotten bigger, I'm now scared to death of that one. That's gonna be, thank God nobody was here last year, my guy, because we had some controversial stuff last year.
Yeah, I know. I
When
think
only
about
two
that. I think about that more times than I should.
that I thought about that way too many times tonight. Those may be like certain other files, they won't be coming out anytime soon. So those, I don't know if those 2024 Austin and Chris's CFP season coaches rankings will be coming out, because they were pretty controversial. Now that we have a lot more followers on TikTok, I just imagine in my head having that list on TikTok last year. Oh my
Yeah.
God. But yeah, I'm usually a guy that's like, if I hear an opposing opinion, I usually hear it out and go, I can see that. There is some incidents though, as you know, Austin, being my best friend for 20 some odd years, and my wife, I get hard headed, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to hear it. I'm just not. Like, I'm pretty stubborn in that case. And Lane discourse is one of those. I've just gotten to the point where people can't separate Lane the person versus Lane the coach. They can't. They just simply can't. Lane's a nepo baby. He's an asshole, douchebag. He's all whatever words you want to use about Lane. He's a douche. That's absolutely true. But the coach side of things, let's talk about the coach side of things. And here's something I got in TikTok Live, and I've gotten actually from you, and I think I've gotten from Jamal. And I mean no disrespect by this, because I love you guys. I get brought up the Tennessee, USC, Oakland time. That was 13 years ago, guys. 13 years ago. He started at Tennessee in 2007. Austin, I had no gray hair and I was in high school, guy. I was in high school. I'm almost 40. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's a long time ago. Let's end that. I don't. So I've come to the conclusion, like, TikTok was doing that, and I finally told people on TikTok, from now on, people that want to mention things that happened 14 freaking years ago, I'm just going to put my hand up and say, get out my face. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Don't talk to me. Let's just move on to another subject. But let's talk about football. Let's talk about recent. FAU, when he was at FAU. Austin, could you tell me off the top of your head how many 11-win seasons FAU had in their whole program's history?
I would imagine you could count it on one hand if there was any.
One. Do you know how many Lane had in 3 years there?
How many?
2. All right. So let's move on to Ole Miss. Ole Miss doesn't have much of a history. They have that old history back in, like, before segregation. It was like before segregation was into the world. Like, it was back in those days. They had a rich history. The stadium's named after the guy that was the head coach, and then they kind of fell off. And when I say fell off, it's like people forget this. Ole Miss was a lot like Vandy. When Alabama fans seen Ole Miss on the schedule, when Georgia fans see Ole Miss on the schedule, you wrote in Sharpie W. They were bad. Since 1971, Austin, Ole Miss has had 3 10-win seasons. Do you know how many Lane has in 6 years?
How many?
4. 4 10-plus win seasons. Okay? His last 3 years, 32-6 in the SEC. All I ever hear everybody tell me is the SEC big and bad, best conference in America. It's so tough to win there. So tough. Unless it's Lane for some reason. 32-6 in the SEC. Do you know who the top 3 teams in the SEC right now in the last 5 years wins?
Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss.
Not Texas. Not Tennessee. Not Florida. I just don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know. All I can tell you is you hate Lane Kiffin, the person. You can't separate the good coach part. And I don't – he's going to kill it at LSU. He killed it at a lesser school at Ole Miss that was a laughing stock for many, many years. I don't know what to tell you guys. You just don't like him. And that's fine. Listen, I don't like Lincoln Riley. We're human. We have biases. That's cool. It's cool. I don't like Lincoln. He's not going to be a top 5 coach on my list. It's cool. Just say you don't like the guy because you have no facts to back up he's not a good coach. You have no facts. Zero facts to it.
Within the last 20 years, anyhow.
Yeah. Like you have 0 facts.
I do think
if any other coach did this, because we're going to get to this guy, everybody's hero, James Franklin. If he did that at Ole Miss, we'd be building him a statue. You're trying to build James Franklin a statue at Penn State, and he has 1 playoff. Austin, which one's a better job, Penn State or Ole Miss?
Penn State, by far.
But we're going to build that man a statue. But Lane Kiffin, you just say you don't like him. That's it. That's all it is. You just don't like him, and it's as simple as that. I'm not going to listen to anything else. So I told TikTok, we did like a 20-minute, I did like an hour live, and I told TikTok, they kept going with the Lane Kiffin stuff. I said, I'm done. So from this point forward, I ain't having Lane Kiffin conversation with people because they can't be honest with themselves. They don't like Lane. And I get it. He's a Nepo baby. He didn't earn this. He got the job because of his daddy, but he's a good coach. Facts back that up.
Well, now that your rant's over, I'll kind of talk the football side of things. You know, I think we could argue that the I think that we could argue
Golden has more than James Franklin.
Dang, Pops threw me off a little bit. Anyhow, I think you could argue the one thing that's held Lane Kiffin back, even the last couple of years at Ole Miss, is his defense. And now that he's at LSU and he was able to keep Blake Baker, I think that's going to be a game changer.
And Pops brings up, because I got this in TikTok lives either. It's Ole Miss. Ole Miss. Again, it's the guy that people don't like. Or like we'll forget. It's like we totally forget what Ole Miss was before Lane. They had 3 10-win seasons since 1971. And guys, me and Pop are cool. We love each other. So I'm gonna mess with him here. Since 1971, when Pops was like 30. I love you, Pops. I love Pops. Since 1971, Ole Miss has had 3 10-win seasons, and people are trying to tell me that man who won 10 wins and more 4 times in 6 years isn't a great coach. If anybody, Matt Campbell is praised. Matt Campbell is praised at Iowa State. What's the difference? I mean, you could say Iowa State's worse than Ole Miss. Obviously, but
I feel like you can make.
But what's the difference between Matt Campbell and everybody loves Matt Campbell, and all he's done is take his 8-4 Big 12 players to Penn State, and everybody just thinks that hire is just amazing. Like the 8-4 Big 12 players are fixing to go 10-2 in the Big 10. Come on. This is gonna be a good clip.
You good?
Oh, I'm good. I look, me and Pops, we were getting at it in text message, and that's what's great about our show is like we'll go at it, and then we tell each other we love each other. I love Pops, and I respect Pops' opinion. I respect Jamal's opinion. I know he disagrees. I think you may disagree a little bit. Me and you've had it out on Lane Kiffin.
I don't know.
But this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say to other people not named Pops, not named Jamal, not named Austin, because y'all wouldn't do this. And I told people on this on TikTok. The great thing about making content, my videos will be here. You can come bash me when I'm wrong, because I'm gonna be wrong. Look, we got 16 coaches on here. I'm gonna miss quite a lot. And you'll come and you'll get at me, but you're gonna disappear when I'm right. That's how it always happens. Not Pops, not Jamal, not Austin, not my guys. But I'm talking about like the TikTok people that came at me. You're going to disappear. But guess what? I'm petty. I got screenshots, baby. I won't disappear. Because I'm going to come on this show when I'm wrong, and I'm going to call myself an idiot like I've done 1,000 times. But when I'm right, those people that got at me on TikTok and Twitter, they're going to disappear. They're going to disappear. They're going to be gone. They're going